Hello, my beautiful lovelies. Welcome back to my channel. This is Choi Leaves Tarot, where we get to your greatness literally one tea leaf at a time. All right, so this is a blockage reading. Okay, you clicked on this because you want to unblock the portal. Something's holding you back to your next tax bracket. So don't forget to like and subscribe and join the tribe. If you're new here, welcome. All right, let's just jump in. This is all signs. Take what resonates, leave behind what does not. Okay, universe, what does the collective need to know right now so that they can unblock? There's just something blocking maybe their love life, their career life. What's holding them back? How do we fix it? All right, let's get into okay, period. Here's a little glimpse of your level up. I love this for you. First of all, money. Your money is not going to be looking funny when you unblock this because you are meant to be in divine queen mode. All right. Look at this. Queen of Pentacles, woman over 25 years, dark eyes and dark hair. If you don't look like this or that's not your age, you're just professional business domineering. So to unblock this, maybe even wearing like one different powerful burgundy or navy or something that just makes you feel like, you know what, I'm wearing a powerful pink, a powerful purple, something powerful, a different type of suit cut. This is like literally clearing your desk. You can do any of those couple of things that I just named, and it will make you already feel like you're ready. Because really what's holding you back is your mind. You're not just your mind. The world is like obviously going through chaos. There's inflation, there's recession, there's just like the rate cuts are not coming. If you're in the US, there's just like a lot going on. But you have something the people want, okay? People are like, take my money. And it's because you have this like beautiful routine. Maybe you draw coloring books, or maybe you're a great scrapbooker on the side, or maybe you're a great accountant, lawyer, whatever. And you're like, you know what? I'm gonna open my own firm. I know how to interior decorate XYZ, and maybe you haven't gotten paid for that yet. You're just doing it as a hobby, and someone is like, hey, do you have a blueprint for that? Will you sell like it for $5 on whatever? And you're like, nah, this is like $80 an hour worth of work. You get to set the tone. The only difference is in the past you were like, nah, I don't feel like I have what it takes. This is just such a cozy job. There's no way I could work remote and do something I really love. Is there? Like, that's what it's giving. And it's something that you genuinely want to do day in, day out. Universe wants to give that to you. The only blockage is you're like, you can't tell. You're like, you think hard work has to be literally working for like in a cubicle, being stressed out, going to your 9 to 5 or whatever. And you're allowed to go to your 9 to 5, but if it's stressing you out, maybe a lateral into another position before you obviously, give your 2 weeks or anything. There's just like a shift in your vibe. You're realizing, no, I'm allowed to have work-life balance. I'm allowed to, if I want to work 24 hours a day, it is going to be something I genuinely love doing. Maybe you're realizing, let me write down the things I love about my current career or my current job, or what did I go to my school for, my degree? What did you get your degree in? Go back to the reason you got it. If it's money, great. But what did you enjoy? Was it the people in this group? Was it like your classmates? Was it the vibe? What was the vibe? Recreate that. For even if you're like living at home and it's just yourself, literally look me to me in a mirror and be like, look, you genuinely are a people person, period. So why don't you do things that are in, go to convention centers, go to tech centers, go to whatever, and like see if that's how you can mingle and get your product or your, passion showing. Whatever it is, 6 of Cups, happy house, childhood memories. You're also realizing when you feel in your queen energy, you'll have the best home life and vice versa. So if you clean up your room or just add like a new, you do all your laundry weekly, daily, whatever it is to feel like professional, to feel like you care about yourself, then the universe will care about you as well. Universe already is like, girl, we love you. We want to give you all this money, all this power, all this like new love stories, new connections. But the only thing is, you're doubting that you can have it all. You think like you can't have a beautiful garden. You can't just be zen getting your money, checks in the mail, checks in the deposit. No, you're like, no, you have a transferable skill. And we all know in the 2020 era, everybody could work from home or XYZ. So it's all kind of arbitrary. So whether you like being in person or you don't like working for a company that has AI or funds, global wars and XYZ, and you're like, I want to downsize or upgrade in the sense of going to things or companies that are aligning value based, you're allowed to go and see, like, what did you value as a child growing up? Were you valuing like the hustle and bustle of chaos and weird older people just telling you what to do, or like trying to be like, not even just older, like there could be competition at work and XYZ. If that didn't ever give you anything but GERD, you need to reevaluate that, because you are thinking it's a 1-to-1 ratio. Like, oh, the more I feel stressed, the better I'll get paid. No, 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 no. Universe is telling you the more zen you are, the more you're going to get paid, the more opportunities open, because you're clear. You've cleared that fog. You cleared the propaganda of the rat race. So that's really what it's coming down to. You're being pensive, looking inside. What do you want? What are you good at? And don't listen to all the naysayers who are like, that's trying to give you imposter syndrome. Like, oh, you're only getting that because of this, or you're only doing this because of that, and you only don't want that because you're too scared to work at, let's say, like the corporate version. Girl, ain't nobody want that one. So 2 of Wands, short journey, movement to or near water. Yeah, like it's the flow energy, flow state. So it could be as simple as, joining a book club, something that's aligned with you, that's for fun. Like, let you have something for fun, okay? Because from there, you're going to be around people who are like, hey, I love how your brain thinks. Would you mind writing an article for this? Or actually, do you have a blog? Or, wow, your pen looks really nice. Do you have a storefront? Do you have somewhere where you shop? Because I want everything you have. Like, the way you carry yourself is so goddess-like. Do you teach classes? Do you, whatever it is, you might be going to like a small business mindset. Or you might be like, so in your element, you'll be like, you know what? I'm really good at this. Let me go apply to things that actually I align with, because it comes naturally to me and I don't get stressed out in said environment. You're testing out new things. That's the blockage. The blockage was at first, you didn't want to look at things that didn't go up like the corporate ladder. In that way, you're kind of like, well, I did the schooling, I did this is like the way up. It has to go straight line. And universe is like, girl, you could take the bubble clouds up. You don't have to take like the, like booby trap way up, girl. Like, there's another way. And you're gonna get triple. Let me say that. Quadruple. No, even more. 10x, 100x of what you want. Like, you're like literally like thinking too small. Universe is like, yeah, the world is your oyster, the emperor, stability or stabilizing influence coming into your life, period. And that could be you, like something you do every day. Like, maybe you used to wake up, brush your teeth, take a shower, and this time now you're doing now you're switching it up so that while you're brushing your teeth, you're playing like affirmations in the background, or abundance, or you're listening to this or something. Like, you're getting like a good hit of endorphins, but like they're made by you. Like, it's consistent. You can always press play every time. Or instead of like checking the news first, right? Something as simple as that is going to open your money chakra, your money mindset, your money shift. There's something in the universe, and like especially your spirit guides are like, girl, so much money. And it's not even just money. You're talented. You've been made for this moment. You were chosen decades, centuries ago to be here where you are. So it's like you are your ancestors' dream come true. Time to tap in and really look at the marvel that you are so that you can go forward and like either make your way up like an empress or emperor. It says stability or stabilizing influence. Like do something daily that is something that you do stabilizing your day-to-day routine so that no matter what else happens throughout your day, you know your beginning, it's kind of like a ritual, your beginning of the day and your end of the day kind of all have the same thing. So maybe, make your bed and then go brush your teeth, do your shower or whatever. Or like whatever it is, there's something in your pattern that just isn't giving. Switch up one little thing. That's all you need to do. It doesn't have to be huge. It's just like the order that motivates you to the next thing. It's a little switch in your habits that becomes like your glow up habit, okay? So also let's get you a soul lesson card, universe. What else does the collective need to know? What blockages and how are they opening them? Wow. Look at this. You need to forgive yourself for like not realizing that you didn't have to do it the hard knock way, right? Like that you are like, you can also forgive others for not knowing why you're on your mission. You don't have to tell everybody everything you do, right? Some people aren't ready for you to be on the next tax bracket, or they're going to try to mooch on you. And that's going to add like, different levels. So it says forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. There you go. Also, forgive like things that you can't have control over, like the politicians being lobbied out and selling jobs overseas or to AI, whatever. Forgive you. You guys are losers for not knowing my worth or XYZ. Like your resentment is blocking your flow of money, your love, your self-love. Don't fall for it. Literally just be like, okay, now remix, my turn. And then honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Exactly. So if it's like the jobs report come out and say there's only 4% of people who are unemployed, you're like, that's not true. It's they don't count people after a couple, like 2-3 months of being unemployed. They don't count them anymore, even though they still haven't found a job after a year. They're not counted. Underemployed people with great degrees, hundred thousands of loans are not counted when they're doing like, $2 an hour jobs, right? Like, or $10 an hour. So it's the honesty is not going to come from the corporate media, propaganda, whatever. But it is going to come from you. Have honesty and be like, you know what? I honestly do have what it takes. I honestly do like know what's going on. I honestly don't know this one little thing and I'm going to research it, right? To become better. So you have empathy for yourself. I'm open to seeing both sides of a situation. You might finally be like, you know what? Maybe I was like looking at other people and you're like, well, they got up, or why can't I do it, or XYZ. Time for you to have empathy for yourself. That's what is happening. And also, maybe you're in a career where you do need to see both sides of a situation. Maybe you're an attorney. Maybe you're, counsel, or you're telling a business the consumer side versus the product creation R&D side. So you do need to see like before and after, different mentalities, the customer versus the person who's giving it. Maybe that's what you're great at. You're like, the empathy is okay. Maybe you have your own small business, but you realize other people are struggling and they don't have that much money, or they don't have whatever. You're you're empathizing, but you're not giving everything for free, obviously. So you might be like, okay, well, if this person can only come once a month to do their nails, or I have a customer that comes once every 5 months and gives their hard-earned money to me, I'm appreciative. Just even being appreciative and empathizing that, like, wow, there are some people who have a lot and some people who don't have a lot, but both of them are your customer or your thing. Universe will open that blockage to be like, you are like, your gratitude is going to multiply. That's what it is. It's gratitude. You're very thankful about what's going on. And no matter how small, how big, that's going to open your blockage, basically. Universe, what else do we need to know for the collective? Oh, no, not, you do not need to be humble, period. Over here, we hate this word. Oh, hate is a line. You know, there's a small line between love and hate, but we are indifferent to the word humble, because you know what people always say that for? They don't think you, remember I said imposter syndrome? They don't think you should be on this level. They think somebody else should, because they're like, who does she think she is? Who does he think he is? He needs to humble himself. She needs to humble herself. Yeah, no, that's not happening. That means somebody there is insecure in their own things and they're trying to project it on you. So you don't need to belittle yourself. You don't need to bring yourself down to earth. If you're down to earth already, what is this extra ish? That's just somebody saying that they personally do not think you could do it. They personally don't want you to do it. So just don't be around that person telling your tea, saying, oh, I've gotten 3 more customers this year in terms of like, you know, selling my coloring book or, you know, my textbook or XYZ. You don't need to say all that. You don't need to, you know, tell them. You need to be around people who do not tell you to bring yourself lower. But you also need to be not around people who are like, yeah, tell me more. And then they like secretly, you know, plot on taking your money. So there's a balance. Just know, do not to yourself, go to your mirror, meet and me conversation, be like, you got it going on. Nobody else has a skill. You have a unique like passion about this. You're phenomenal. You're ready for this. You're an artist, creative, curious, inquisitive. You know, science and tech and coding better than anybody. And like that little bit of confidence will set you a long way forward, right? Like you understand there's just levels to this, and you've been shy or quiet about it for too long, thinking other people don't care, don't appreciate, or don't think you should do it. So don't need to, you know, tell yourself, be cocky with yourself. And then also, this is your tea leaf message. Obviously, don't drink this if you're allergic, but sleep. Get that dream journal out. This is a dream catcher. So it says valerian mix with lavender and verbena, the purples, royal purple coming in. This is obviously nothing that has high levels of caffeine at all. So it's just like Zen is coming in again with the cozy vibes, cozy career, cozy lifestyle. You can have it all. And universe is like, that's your only blockage. You don't think that you can have that. You need to switch that off. You can, you will, you must. All right. So until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.